Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm getting ready for a work day. I am working this weekend. Today is Saturday. Started off with straightening my hair. I have a work event up north in Western Washington, about an hour and a half away, outdoor event. So I wanted to go ahead and do my hair. And I also apologize for the noise. There's actually my son's baby monitor. It's this little sound hatch that you can hear in the background there. I filmed this video actually pretty early today in the morning, so that was my only chance to pretty much get ready before my son was up. And he's usually up around like 6:45 a.m. if not 7 a.m. the latest. And yeah. And that's that for my hair. Now it's all straight. And then my next step here soon will be starting my makeup. And then my next step here, I am just priming my face with my MilkMakeup. It's like a gel prep from what I remember primer. And I'm dabbing it, trying to get it out of my fingers. It's taking a while to get on there. It's an older bottle that I have. So struggling there a little bit. It's okay though, it's the beginning of the day. And I just put a couple of drops on my cheeks, on my forehead, on my nose, and on my chin, and my other cheek. And a little bit more so on the chin there too, to make sure I get enough there. And just kind of rub it all over my face. And I usually let it sit for 30 seconds or so, sometimes a minute, honestly, but at least 30 seconds. So that's what I'm doing in this step here. Then my next step here is using my e.l.f. My e.l.f. little concealer there that I used recently, that I bought recently too. Pump it a few pumps there, make sure I get a lot underneath my eyes and also on my eyelids. I use this concealer honestly as a kind of like a primer for my eyeshadow. So get it on there. And then meanwhile, I let that sit a little bit, let it soak on my skin. I go in with my eyebrows and just kind of brush them out. So that's what I'm doing in this step here. And I've been doing this a lot lately, just it kind of bothers me sometimes when my eyebrows don't look the way I want them to look. At least, brushed out. And yeah, that's that. And once I'm done here with my eyebrows, so you can tell there's something that's bothering me in my face. So my next step here is using my makeup sponge and just kind of blending the concealer underneath my eyes and on my eyelids, making sure I blend it really well. The next step here is going in with my Morphe makeup palette. Well, actually, it's an eyeshadow palette, and it's like a gold shimmery kind of palette that I got a couple months ago at Ulta. And I start off with like a gold shimmer on my crease, And I kind of go in there like about 3 or 4 times, kind of grab that color. I mean, it's already pigmented as it is, but I just love the gold look. So I just kind of go in there a couple times and start putting it on my eyelid, on my crease area. So that's what I'm doing here. And once I am done with that, in a couple of seconds here, I will start going in and putting my second color with my other brush there. It's kind of like a light brown that I go in with. As well, you can see right there, it's kind of like a orange kind of ish, brownish. Put it in my outer lid, and yeah, that's that for those first 2 shades. And then I go back in with a different brush, and sorry, I'm looking at my son there. I think this is when he started waking up a little bit. Go in with a kind of like a light brown and use it on top of that, on top of my outer lid actually. My apologies. And then once I'm done with that, I go in with my little brush there, and I go in with like a white kind of peach kind of color and use that on top of underneath my eyebrows, like my base kind of ish. And then once I'm done with that, I go in with one of my other makeup brushes. It's a real techniques brush, and kind of blend it. I use this brush to blend all of my eyeshadow, blend them all together, make sure it looks good, and that's very well blended. And yeah, that is actually it for my eyeshadow look. And usually I use a lot of gold colors. I feel like that's what looks best for my skin tone. I'm a little fair skin, especially during the winter time. And I feel like what looks best with me is like gold eyeshadows. I don't look great with like bright eyeshadows, so I try to stick with what looks best on me, my skin, on my eyes too. And my next step here is going in with my MPH, Mary Phillips Beauty. MPH Beauty. It's I forgot the shade, but it's my foundation. So it's kind of like a, really pretty everyday wear. I've been using this daily, and I've been loving the look it gives me. It looks very natural. Your skin doesn't get irritated, doesn't get sticky. And I have pretty dry, kind of oily skin, so this has been working great for my skin. Hasn't made me break out, honestly. So just blending that in underneath my eyes there, blending it on my forehead, on my chin area, and then I go back in and do another pump. That way I can get the rest of my forehead there. And yeah, I'm really impressed with this foundation. It's been working great. A little expensive, but it's definitely worth it. I have spent a lot in the past, like the NARS foundation, which has worked amazing for my skin, but I wanted to try something new. So that's why I picked up this one about, I want to say like a month ago at Sephora. So definitely happy with the product. So definitely will be trying out more items of hers. And then once I'm done with my foundation, my next step here is, I want to say it is my mascara. Should be my next step. This is usually my next step after the foundation. So, oh no, it's actually my lips. I decided to put chapstick on my lips. They were pretty dry. So that's what I did in between before I did my mascara. So, yeah, let's move over to my mascara. And for mascara today, I will be using a Too Faced natural, it's like a naturally lashes mascara that I've been using. I used to love the Better Than Sex one, but I wanted to try this one out. I picked this up a couple months ago at Sephora, and it's been looking great for my lashes. I always like the natural look. So this is definitely natural. Better Than Sex does it too, but this is been working great for me, and I've been loving it too, just like Better Than Sex. Better Than Sex is still my number 1, but this is definitely number 2. So this has been working great for my eyelashes. I have really sensitive eyes, especially lashes. So I've been loving this look. They look natural. I always like my lashes to look natural. I'm not a big fan of fake lashes and stuff like that. So shout out to Too Faced for making pretty mascaras in general. So I kind of go in there with a couple coats. And yeah, that's that for my mascara. So yeah, Too Faced there. And then my next step here is going back in with my eyebrows. Again, they bother me when they don't look the way I want them to look, so I just start with brushing them out again. Just the last time, I usually do it a few times when I do my makeup. So that's what I am doing here before I move on to the rest of my face. So the next step here that I will be doing with my makeup is do the tinted. It's one of their blushes. I think it's the Love Language one. So yeah, I do 2 little pumps there, put it on my cheek area. It's a really, really pretty rosy kind of peachy look color. And that's that. Thank you so much for watching. Here are the products that I used today. Thank you. Subscribe below.